welcome back, and we're back on Breakfast Show to discuss our second issue here, and in this segment we will be discussing the role of the media and how it influences the public opinion. And I'm happy to have with me today Professor of Mass Communications, Dr. Magda Bagneid. Good morning, Dr. Magda.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Dr. Magda, of course, speaking about media, media is an influential weapon. Whenever you want to direct a certain message to people, it goes through the media. How far the media can control the minds of people?
The word control is important here to talk and to start with our talk. Media is influential, yes, provided that the station that presents the information should be accurate, number one. Number two, accurate, credible, so that people would listen to whatever is said. I would say also that among the reasons that will speed up that people would watch you is that if something happens like breaking news, the coverage should be instantaneous. And then you have to have good sources to talk about whatever you're talking about. So we have sources, quick coverage. Of course, the technology is important so that you can make the move, and then the reaction of the people, whatever or wherever they are. This is important. In this case, I would say I will not go to that station. I'm going to this station because I know that they have a quick coverage, and then I can have, and I understand there is a credibility in whatever they are saying. So this way I could be influential. I mean, I would select one station from the other because of these elements, and among others as well. This is very important. Does it affect the people? Of course it does. Of course it does. Sometimes it affects us positively, meaning that people will watch. Negatively, people will not watch. So media is changing in this case. I would like to get my information, say, from Nile TV, then I would tune to the Nile TV to get the information. So do I become effective? In a way, if I have all the sources, credible sources, I have to mention who is my source, so that the people on the other side, communicator, communicatee, people will know whom you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Magda, now for the media itself, to what extent is it unbiased, or most of the media, would it be more? Because usually we say that most of the media, especially abroad, they are politically affiliated with certain platforms. So to what extent is that, and how can the media be constructive?
The word bias is something that you could not control. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have your background, educational background. Even it would move from one even correspondent to the other. My background as an Arab, and then I have a case, say, the Arab-Israeli, say, conflict. Which side I will take? It's understood that I will take the side of the Arabs, my country, my people. So my background, if I would go outside this country and then I have this issue immediately, that will show in my wording, selection of words, selection of issues, focusing on the picture, whatever. You know, there are many things that you can do, the tools that you could use under the mass communication. Bias is difficult to control. I mean, it will show in your words. But what I can do is to give the two sides of the issue. So this way, I will leave the people who are watching me to see whether my wording are balanced or not. If I'd say, this group says so, and the other group says so, or this issue is so and so, and this issue is so and so. And then I would leave to the people who are watching me, my audience, to come up with the conclusion that probably I have in mind. But I will not enforce it. I will not put it and say this is the correct, because people will not listen to it. Today, people have a variety of media, not only television, they have print media, and especially we know that the role of the social media today is magnified. Mm-hmm. Why? Because it is easier, you have the telephone in your hands, and just you can look and go to whatever source that you have no idea about. Mm-hmm. So this is something that we have to take care of, and to put it ahead of us. That the media, if I don't take it from you, I can take it from somebody else.
Well, the younger generation now is giving us a new vision about the media and about technology. Even the small children are holding tabs in their hands and logging in the internet and whatever they want, they do. Do you believe that the future now is for the social media, not for the television and for the radio?
Whatever technology is taking you on, people will become affected. I mean, I do not want to talk about certain examples, but you open up a link. Let me talk about this. You open up a new link, and then you have a huge amount of people under this institution. Everybody will go leave everything to see what is going on. So I'm not watching the television, I'm not going online, but maybe I would go to the social media. Whether it is correct or not, it goes very quickly. Not even inside Egypt, if I'm talking about Egypt as a case, but even outside, because you have connections outside. If I would just say I put a link, it goes outside this country and it would go viral. Everybody would watch it. It does have an effect. So technology, we're moving, say, from internet to Facebook, to Instagram, to whatever now, okay? Twitter, whatever. So this is easy for the people and even for the kids to use it. And it becomes like, you get used to it. It's very difficult to get out of it. It's like, getting used to drugs. It's a kind of drug.
It's addictive?
Of course. Addictive, and to a certain extent, I heard that you have to go and maybe be hospitalized even to get out of this. Because once you get used to the information in your hands, okay. I mean, people now sleep 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, watching the last moment coverage of whatever. This is very important to know.
So, doctor, how can we not control, but make use of such a medium or a platform for projecting a better image of our country? There are some nations which is doing that properly, but we're not, although we have so many platforms.
You will be heard, okay? Again, I'm talking about certain link in mind that I want to say, to send a message to the whole world, we are peaceful people, we are working for this target, and our people do not do such and such a thing. Not you as a member, but everybody would share in spreading the positive image about your country, about your products, about projects, whatever is there. You talk about it and people will pick it up. But you have to put pictures of the latest things that is happening. Best statistics. People will not will say, this is just talk. I mean, if I talk about, for instance, the two islands, for instance, put the background to the people, put the documents to the people, talk to them and say, and you do not have to tell them, by God, it is Saudi or it's Egyptian. Don't give this talk. Give me documents. Talk about it and then leave it to the people to come up with the conclusion. But do not enforce something on the people. So this way you can reach your target easily. Leave it to them. Respect the mentality of the people who are reading, watching, and using the media. This is my thinking. Yeah.
The Parliament wanted to discuss a law to prevent the social media, as they're saying it's harming and affecting the security and stability of the country. Do you believe such a step is possible?
No. Think about it. Just think about it. How can I stop? Because if you stop it here, outside they can get it through emails, unless you stop the internet. That's another question. Could we do that? Remember in the 25th of January, for about 2 or 3 days, they stopped the media. What happened? And I think the United States wanted to do the same thing. But people will not be quiet about it because people got addicted to this kind of service. So whatever is going there, I mean, I personally, when you read something, do not believe everything you read. And there is a proverb, and nothing of what you hear. You have to, or half of what you hear or watch or see or something like that. Do not believe immediately. You have to check up everything, because you will find something in the new media and even in the Facebook. They put something and then after all they say, sorry, this was not accurate. This is not correct. We as a source, we did not say so. You know what I'm talking about. So we have to be careful, because if I'm talking about the national security of the country, the national security of Egypt, this is a priority here. And I have to watch out. Whom am I taking and sharing whatever is there? Because once you share it, it is there. It's like printing. It's a post there, and it is very dangerous. Especially when your country is, for several years now, we are in a transitional state. You want to build Egypt, and you want the best for this country. So watch out. Maybe people can watch, the media, and then they can pass comments about, we've read such and such a thing. Maybe People's Assembly can just focus on some of the hatred messages or the hate messages about negative things, and then here are the list, and then they can give the correct side of it. If you do something like that, and immediately you're doing a good job here.
Yeah, but I think that the idea of monitoring the social media is all over the world. And if we look at the United States, the latest case, when one of the Egyptians wrote a certain comment on Facebook, he was immediately taken and investigated.
It's a power.
So I think that if our government said, and I don't think that they will be close, I think it will be more like a type of supervision or censorship.
You cannot. You cannot. What I'm saying is, if I find something negative, I will bring this up to the whoever is there. By the way, guys, do not believe such and such thing, because the truth is. But you're not going to stop. You're not going to censor. Censorship is dead long time ago. You could not enforce it today, where you have the freedom, the level of the freedom is up now. You could not just force people to say, we're going to stop this.
So you think it should be more like monitoring from a distance and then reacting to the dangers?
Okay. I mean, just pass comments about something that you think would be dangerous for the national security of the country. Just tell them that this is, watch out for this. This is not true. If something is not true, don't be quiet about it. Talk about it. Bring this issue. But do not wait for a long time until it becomes grounded in the people's mind. Do not wait for a long time and tell them, we're sorry, this was not correct. Go immediately and go on the air. I mean, you have to save Egypt.
You have to talk to people.
And if you do not save Egypt, we not have a security, then what are you doing here? If you don't like this country, go. Period. If you're not going to help this country, go. Leave it. We don't want him, her, or whoever.
Dr. Magda, if you want to make a propaganda about Egypt to the world outside, it's like a campaign, a media campaign. What do you think we should do?
I'll tell you what. You as a person, you can do it yourself. We could do it ourselves. Personally, I would do it. If you have a good picture, about the
Doctor, just I'd like to point your attention right now. We are here. We are airing the inauguration of the new branch of the police academy right now, and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is inaugurating it. So we'd like to thank you for this interview to continue with the air. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.